Well, most martial arts systems are what I categorize as technique-based systems.
Okay. Yeah.
A technique-based system is a system primarily taught to you through physical action. Your instructor will demonstrate something physically, watch him carefully, and then you train it repetitiously yourself and try to train what he showed you. Or he might do something with an assistant. Someone grab you like this, you'll do this, and you defend yourself like that. And he will show you physically. This is technique-based teaching. This is the way most martial arts operate. The problem with this methodology is there's so many techniques and very hard to put all that mountain of techniques into the hard drive, so to speak. You're walking down the street and someone attacks you, what technique do you use? You can't think about the multitude of movement. You have to be able to respond. Reflex, yes?
Yes.
Now, rather than focus on technique as the primary source of learning, even though in Wing Chun technique is very important, Wing Chun has 8 principles, 8 rules. These principles can be applied to any self-defense situation. So, for instance, these 8 principles, it's like learning the rules of driving. Okay, so when you get in a car, you don't start on a freeway. You don't start on a busy road. You usually start in a back street or a car park or a back paddock. You get into the vehicle, you have to accustom yourself with the inside of the vehicle, the internal part of the vehicle. Steering wheel, the gears, the pedals, the clutch, indicator, you like listening to the radio, okay, you've got the inside of the vehicle. But you can't be just wholly concentrated what's going on in. You've got to look outside externally. So you don't drive into another car, pedestrian, side of a wall, whatever. So when you start, you're crunching up the gears. This is all technical stuff. You crunch up these gears, you're getting bunny hopping down the street. But over time, you don't think about the process anymore.
Yeah.
You've learnt the timing of the clutch. It becomes like a reflex.
Yeah.
So now you're driving down the road, you must adhere to road rules. Speed limit, lines on the road, traffic lights, what have you. Okay, you're driving along the road, someone runs out in front of you. You don't think, I better put my foot on the brake or swerve. You just do it. You could be talking to your friend about the football match or whatever it is, but now you're reacting. But you must, first of all, learn the internal part of the system, the external part of the system, and you have the rules that guide you according to the road rules. So really what we do in Wing Chun is we learn these rules first, then we learn the technique around the rules. These 8 rules are, for instance, the first rule is we have 8 stages of combat. The stages of combat refer to different distances between you and a potential attacker.
Okay.
The first stage of combat is pre-contact stage. Cannot physically touch each other with any part of our body. We're outside the physical range of contact. So the person takes a step in. The second stage is contact stage. Grabbing at the wrists only with fully extended arms and kicking directly from the rear leg. Third stage is exchange stage, where you can both exchange blows to the head and body, close enough to exchange blows. Close quarters, clinching range, 4th stage. Okay. Chase and retreat. Chase and retreat is when your opponent backing off and you're pressuring them. And retreat is when they come to you, you're retreating to tactical positions. Yeah. Anti-ground fighting, not wanting to get on the ground, if we can help it.
Yeah.
And anti-aerial fighting, no jumping or leaping in the air. So anti-ground fighting basically saying, okay, if we're in a street environment, we want to do our best to stay on our feet. Why? Because we want to be able to run, escape if we can, protect our loved ones, protect our children. The problem is fighting goes to the ground. You get clinched, someone trips, you go to the ground, you don't have a choice. Okay, so we don't want to ignore it. Wing Chun is not a ground fighting system. However, for myself, I knew there was a hole there, so I then went and learned some ground fighting, some basic wrestling, sprawling, underhooking, knowing how to control a person's posture if they're trying to take down, stuffing takedowns. If we are taken to the ground, know how to use sweeps, know how to get hip escape, know how to change position, side mounted or fully mounted, knowing how to disengage, because I don't want to be mounted if his friend's over there about to run in and kick me in the face. I want to be able to disengage so I can stand up, run, continue to protect myself or continue to protect my loved ones. Yeah, okay? Anti-aerial fighting, no leaping and jumping in the air, because if I jump in the air, I lose the two cornerstones of practical self-defense, which is balance, mobility. As soon as you leave the ground, you got neither. Okay? So these are the stages of combat. Our rules, our principles adhere to these different stages of combat.
Yeah.
All right? Now, I have to stand up and demonstrate the principles. It takes too long.
Yeah.
But the principles are rules. Every rule we apply, we are underlying by using technique and footwork and stance, what have you.